my loves, welcome back to my channel. I am barefaced because I am doing a first impression on the new Wet n Wild PhotoFocus foundation. I know I'm like a month late, maybe even longer, but I finally got my hands on this baby. I have it in the shade Toffee, and I'm not sure, I feel like it'll match me, but online, when I was ordering online, it looked like it came off a little bit darker online than it does in person, so we shall see. And this is a neutral undertone, and I believe this is the last medium deep shade. And as along with the foundation, I'm also going to be reviewing and wearing the Wet n Wild concealer that's from the same line, along with the pressed powder. I'm not too sure about this pressed powder. I got it in the shade Golden Tan, and this was like, the other one that was next to it was, I know it was too dark for me, but this looks too light for me. So I just wish they had another shade in between this one and the one next to it, because like this is too light and I feel like the other one would have been too dark. I don't know, but this is in the shade Golden Tan. So I don't know how I'm going to use this. Maybe I'll just use it underneath my eye. I'm not sure yet. And I also got the highlighter I'm going to use in this video. I'm not necessarily going to review it. And this is in Precious Petals. It's so pretty, right? So if you're interested in seeing my first impression on the foundation, concealer, and the powder all together, then make sure you stay tuned. And let's get to apply my foundation. I'm going to be using my damp Real Technique sponge. Love this. And yeah, I do have on a face primer, the Wet n Wild, I believe it's a PhotoFocus face primer. And I did moisturize my skin before that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll just go ahead and read the claims. They said that they tested this foundation and the concealer under 7 light conditions with top smartphone models with and without flash. So pretty much it's supposed to be good in photos. So I will take a flash photo and insert it in this video after I've applied this to see how it looks with and without a flash. So like, let's see if you can take photos with it or not. But it's supposed to be like a matte finish, I believe. So yeah. Alright, so this is what the foundation looks like. It has like this little spatula type applicator. And I'm just gonna apply this to my face. This side, it may be a little light, but it might match decently. I'll just do one side for now. I kind of like the spatula. I wasn't sure. I didn't really have any thoughts on it, but I kind of like it. And as you guys can see, it covered up my blemishes immediately. So it has a nice coverage. And it matches pretty good with my skin tone actually. So I did pick a good shade for the foundation at least. I love it. It goes on so smooth. Alright, so I can see the blemishes a little bit, so I'm going to try to cover that up a little bit more. Just to see how it does with layering and stuff. And this is a beauty blender. The beauty blender is damp, so it might take away a little bit. But yeah. Look at my face. I feel like it looks really good. This is the side with foundation. This is the side without it. I feel like it matches me a lot better than what I thought it was. So if you're my complexion, I believe Toffee would be the shade for you. And I love it. I'm just going to add a little bit more foundation to that spot and add some more on my right side. And this foundation does have a scent, but it's not like a bad scent. I can't really describe it, but it doesn't smell bad. It kind of smells like clay, like Play-Doh. That's what it smells like. And I love the smell of Play-Doh. I used to want to eat Play-Doh, so it's not too bad. Alright, y'all, I'm loving this foundation. Okay, so I feel like it's medium to full coverage foundation. It did cover up my blemish, but you can still see it just a little bit, but I really don't mind my blemishes showing through as long as I have an even skin tone. But yeah, and it also states that it's supposed to be like your skin but better, and that's what I feel like. It doesn't look like I have a bunch of makeup on. It looks pretty good as of right now. So, you know, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm going to go ahead and add the concealer. So let's see how this works. I have it in the shade medium deep, and this looks like it may be like my skin tone, which I don't mind, but I kind of wanted it to be a little bit lighter, but we'll see. Oh, and it comes with the regular concealer type applicator sponges at the end. And it's not exactly my skin tone, so that's awesome. Alright, now I'm just going to take the top of my sponge and blend that out. Y'all, I love the concealer, and as y'all can see, it's not super brightening. It looks very natural, and I think that's like perfect. I'm like so shocked. I'm really in love with the foundation and the concealer. Wow, so I'm feeling great about this review so far. But yeah, medium deep. If you like more of a natural under eye, then definitely get medium deep. It does brighten you up underneath there, but it's also not like unnatural at all. Like, I'm loving this. I'm loving my face. I'm loving how the concealer looks. Like, it looks so great. So let's try this powder. I don't know if I'm gonna apply it to my whole face. Maybe it won't show up and lighten up, because like the color matches me perfectly as of right now. So let me go get a brush to apply the powder, and I'm going to be using my e.l.f. complexion brush. Alright, so I'm going to start underneath my eye, just because, I don't know, and it does come on the brush very well, so let's see. Okay, I think it'll be fine to put it on my face. Just set my face in my T-zone area where I get a little bit oily. Underneath my eye. Okay, so it looks good. There's nothing wrong with this powder at all, so I like it a lot. And it goes on smooth, so I do want to try it by itself to see how it looks and how the coverage is. But I did set my face with that powder. Now I'm just going to contour, put blush on, and then come back and apply the highlighter. On to the fun part, the highlighter in Precious Petals. I know this was limited edition, but now it's permanent. And I kind of hit it with my finger, so it's messed up a little bit when I try to open it. And I'm going to be using the e.l.f. small stipple brush to apply the highlight. Oh, do y'all see this? Yes. It's gorgeous. I love it. Just put a little in the middle of my nose. I love it right there above the brow. And I'm done. Y'all. And if you're wondering what's on my lips, I have Wet n Wild lipstick in 913C Sandstorm. I feel like I want to line my lips a little bit, but I'll do that later. So I've applied the rest of my makeup. Should I set it? Should I use the setting spray? I'm going to use the Wet n Wild setting spray. In my first impressions, I normally don't apply like face primers or setting spray, but I feel like when you're doing your foundation anyways, that's what you're going to do, so why not? And it's the same brand, so I don't mind it in this video. This is the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus setting spray. Alright, so y'all, I went for a very natural, neutral look today, as you guys can see. So, my first thoughts, as you guys can see, my face looks very natural. It looks very good, like it doesn't look cakey. It looks like it could be my skin, but better, just like they claim it to be. If you're my skin complexion, as you guys know, like sometimes when I do first impressions, the foundation does not match me, but I feel like Wet n Wild finally has a good range of colors, and Toffee matches me perfectly. I love it so much. And the concealer in medium deep matches me perfectly. It's just amazing. But the only downfall that I found has nothing to do with the product, but it has to do with where to purchase it. I searched near and far for for my shade in stores, and it was nowhere to be found. No brown shades at all. And at first, I thought it was like the area that I live in. I was just like, do they only think lighter skin tone people live here? Like, really? So I was kind of irritated about that until I started watching others reviews on YouTube, and then they also had the same issue. So what the issue is, Wet n Wild is not putting brown shades in stores. You can only purchase it online. So that's very annoying because you have to purchase it online, pay for shipping, wait for it to get here. I ordered mine on the 2nd, and it just got here yesterday. What is today? It got here yesterday, the 11th. So you have to wait like 5 days for it to get here. And yeah, so that's very annoying. So like that just makes it inconvenient. Like I don't know if I want to go through the trouble, but like it just looks so pretty. It's very natural. Like I'm very shocked with the quality of this foundation. So y'all know I love it so far. I mean, I pretty much love everything. I love the foundation, the concealer, I love the highlight, it's very pretty, and the pressed powder. I don't know how it will be alone because like I said, it's kind of light, so I'm going to try it by itself another day, probably during my work week, and let y'all know about this later. But so far I'm loving it. I mean, tell me what y'all think down below. Do you think it looks natural? What do you guys think? I think it looks great. So right now it is exactly 2 o'clock on the dot. And I'm just going to wear this for the rest of the day, and I'll check in and also come back with my final first impression. So see y'all later. Alright guys, so I'm back and it's 6:22. So I believe I left at like 2 o'clock. I believe it was. So yeah, the foundation is holding up great. It's been like 4 hours, over 4 hours, and I'm loving it. I'm not even that oily, so that's a plus. But since I am getting a little oily on my nose area, that seems to be pretty much it. I'm just going to go back in with the pressed powder and see how it looks when you layer it. Because, you know, I just got to really test it out because I have nothing bad to say about it so far. So I'm just going to put a little bit of powder on my nose and in my T-zone. So it looks good. I don't look cakey or anything. Like I said, it looks very natural still. The color looks great. Alright, so when I come back later, it will be when I'm getting ready to take my makeup off this tonight. So yeah, I will be back in a few more hours. Alright y'all, I'm back and it's pretty much 10 o'clock for my final update. And this is my face. So I am getting a little bit oily again, but you know, as you guys can see, it doesn't look too bad. But my final impression of this, I love every single product that I tried. Let me see, y'all can still see the highlighter on my face, so the highlighter lasts the whole time. I love everything that I tried today. The foundation is amazing. The bottle feels great. It feels like a high quality bottle. I believe this foundation was $4.99. I have the prices and the links of where you can purchase it down below. And I really love the applicator, like the little spatula type applicator, because you know it's easy. You don't have to pour it on the back of your hand. You can just apply it to your face, and even when you get low on the foundation, you can scoop it up and scoop the edges out if you want to like clean the bottle. But yeah, I love it. I have nothing bad to say other than the fact that if you're my skin tone or darker or just brown skin period, your shade will not be in the store. So hopefully they see like they're getting a lot of sales and they put them in the store to make it more convenient for every range of shades. I just think that's whack. But that's the only bad thing that I have to say about this foundation. I don't mind the smell. It does have a smell, and I said it smelled like Play-Doh. I don't really mind that smell, and it goes away once you apply it. So yeah, the concealer, it feels very good. I don't really have any creasing. Let's look closely. I mean, yeah, there's no creasing. I just have lines underneath this eye, but it didn't crease or go in the creases at all. It's very creamy. I actually really like this. I would use this like as my everyday concealer and just put like powder on my face for the work week. So yeah, I really like this concealer. And the powder. I don't know. I feel like I have to test the powder out by myself. It doesn't like make your face powdery or look like you have like way too much makeup or anything. So I like that. But I'm going to try this out this week and update y'all on it later. I'm going to try it out alone to see like what the coverage is and if it matches my skin tone at all with just the powder. So yeah, and the highlighter is gorgeous. I mean, I love highlights. I think if you are a highlighter lover, then you definitely should get this if you haven't already. I feel like everybody already purchased it. So yeah, that's it for my first impression. I feel like this is my first impression where I loved, like absolutely loved the item that I was trying out. So yeah, this is definitely going to be in my favorites for 2017. So y'all already know. So if you haven't tried out this foundation, I would recommend it, highly recommend it. Leave any first impression requests that you would like to see from me down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe so you can catch more videos from me. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.